probably in, I don't know what that is there, B, probably B1. Hey guys, how's she going today? Well, I realized after I put the other video up, I didn't really touch on all the issues we were having with this machine, why I was in such a great mood by the end of the video. I'll start from the beginning. So, when we got it, he said, oh yeah, the valves or something, the valves aren't working to move the booms. Okay, whatever, could be just a broke wire. So we got it home. Got everything hooked up, started fiddling around, and we found a few burnt wires in the harness, and had a NORAC auto boom height control on it, and that all tied in. And then the joystick was like an 8-button remote that ran your booms, etc, etc. So that harness was burnt out, or those wires were burnt, and they are part of the NORAC thing, and no one really knows anything about NORAC around here apparently. Everywhere we phoned, they couldn't find parts or any info about them. So we were kind of hooped. Phoned Brant, and just for the joystick and everything to convert it back to being manually controlled instead of the auto boom height, we were looking at close to $7,000. So, fuck that, we said. We'll make our own joystick, momentary switches, cut out the NORAC thing, and run our own harness all the way back to the electro over hydraulic valves on the back of the machine. And that's what we did. And then we found 2 of the valves were burnt out of the 5. And they were NORAC valves, so you can't get them, or we couldn't find them anyway. So we ran 2 more hoses to the tractor to run 2 of the functions that the electric valves would have ran. So then after that, we got the booms working. Then we hooked up the pump and couldn't get any pressure, and found the pump was spinning backwards. It had the wrong motor or something on it. It was turning the wrong way. So got the pump off the other one like you've seen, and got that pump, put it on, and we still couldn't get any pressure. And what it had turned out to be, we were running it off the proportionator, which has no issues running the air seeder, but apparently can't put out enough flow to run the pump of the sprayer. So when our pump is running, we can't control our booms now, because you need 1 lever on to run the pump, 1 lever on to run the flow for your valves, and the pump is taking all our flow. So we set our booms and go, and that's kind of where we're at now. So that was a week of fucking around to get to this point, and that's why I was getting pretty burnt out by the end of that video there. So shit. But anyway, it's working good now. Spraying 8 gallons an acre at 8 miles an hour, 100 feet wide. We've done 40 acres of my wheat so far, and we're on the last 53 acres on this side of the creek. So Antoine's gonna do that. He's having a fantastic time in there. And when he's done that, I'm gonna have everything ready to go to wash it out again, because we're going to do his peas next, and from there we're going to go do my barley, come back here, do my peas, go back to Grandpa's, do my wheat, and then his wheat, and then it'll either be time for the first pass on the soybeans or to start on the canola. So that's the plan, but they got rain in the forecast for quite a few days coming up here, so we'll see what happens. But anyway, that's the whole thing of what I didn't really throw in that last video. I was just too much of a fluster cluck to remember what I did and didn't put in the video. So anyway, talk to you in a bit. How are you guys doing? Hey? Chicken! their first day outside here today. And we used the hammer mill. I made just a tiny batch of chop and we used the auger and filled up their feeders. That worked quite nice. But anyway, I bring the 40-20 and the hammer mill back to the yard again to get it out of the way here. All right, so that's the 97 acres at home of wheat are sprayed. Done it faster than the spray coop used to do it, so that's kind of nice. And this is his last tank of rinse out here. We put that flush through it again and then 2 tanks of water to rinse that out. And I was collecting all our bags of empty jugs everywhere. I gotta go up and unload a couple empty boxes in front of the shop, and then we'll run down to where Antoine's dumping the sprayer out where we're cleaning it again, and then probably talk to you tomorrow, because that's gonna be it, because she's like, what is it, 9:30 I guess. So anyway, talk to you in a few. Just shooting water everywhere. We're just rinsing it again. Like I said, this is the second rinse. So this is basically just straight water, but I like to make sure it's good and clean anyway. Keeps this gravel pad here nice and clean too, so. Anyway, I'll show you here when we start dumping the water out of the 3-inch and the 2-inch valve. Flooding the rice paddies. There. Very nice. Anyway, I guess we'll talk to you tomorrow morning. Well, it's the next day. We're finally getting some rain, much needed. Things are starting to dry out around here, so rumbling and grumbling. Oh, we've got maybe a ½ an inch so far. They're calling for quite a bit anyways, so that would be nice. So we got the 835 in the shop here to work on. We're just wiring up a new plug for our harness that we made for the joystick. This is all everything, whatever that we made. So we'd run it from the back of the sprayer all the way to the cab just as a single wire so we could get going. But now that it's raining, we put a plug in it so we can actually unhook from it. And we got to go out and calibrate our GPS for the auto steer. And we were looking into another wiring harness for the rate controller, because it's a Raven rate controller and a Raven auto steer. So you can put a cord from there to there, and then as you shut off, like we got 3 sections on the sprayer, wing, center, wing. As you shut them off, so if you shut off your left wing, it'll shut off half the paint on the screen, so it's not counting all those acres of overlap. So would be kind of cool. And then the GPS can be the brains for that as well, for the speed you're going with the rate control and everything. It's angry sounding cloud, eh? I think it's coming from the south. Anyway, we're gonna do that. We got a couple O-rings to change that were leaking on the hydraulics, and other than that, that'll be about it, I guess. So I'll talk to you in a few. Anyway, I guess that's about all that's going to happen today apparently. So Twan's just out getting the GPS calibrated, driving circles in the yard. So other than that, it's rainy and windy and wet out and cool out. So that's probably all we're really going to do. So I guess, thank you much for watching. Look at all that shit. There's all the fucked stuff. Here's the proper joystick. I might maybe one day see if I can get that milled out so I can put the switches inside of it. We'll see what happens, but here's that box that everything's cooked in. Junk. Anyway, I guess, thank you much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe for more. We'll talk to all you guys later.